first finger touching the thumb. Other fingers stretched out straight. And we'll just rest the hands on top of the knees and take a couple of breaths in and out. Gyan Mudra improves concentration and memory. The brain nerves become strong. It helps to release stress and decreases blood pressure and ultimately assists in meditating better. So that's the first finger touching the thumb. I'll put everybody on mute. So we'll start the class by chanting Om 3 times. 80% of the breath goes on the O and 20% of the breath goes on the M. And this puts us in the right frame of mind to practice yoga. So with the eyes closed down, fingers resting on the knees in Gyan Mudra, the first finger touching the thumb, we'll take a deep breath in and we'll chant Om 3 times. Om. 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 And again, deep breath in. Om. And one more time, deep breath in. Om. Lift the hands together above the head, bringing the palms together and rub them nice and warm. And spread that energy all over the face and neck, over the shoulders, down the sides of the body, over the legs, and open the eyes. The next we'll do Bastrika. Bastrika is a deep breathing exercise. So we'll keep our hands in Gyan Mudra, the first finger touching the thumb, and rest them back onto our knees. With your eyes closed, take a deep breath in, fill in your lungs, and then gently breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out should take about the same amount of time, 2.5 seconds to breathe in and 2.5 seconds to breathe out. So I'll set the timer for 5 minutes and we shall begin. Breathing in and breathing out, nice and gently. While you breathe in, imagine you are taking in positive energy and vibration. And as you breathe out, imagine all the toxins leaving your body. When the heart and the head get adequate quantity of energy and oxygen, the blood is purified and the body gets rid of all toxin. Raise your hands up in the air, bringing your palms together and rub them nice and warm. And spread that energy all over the face and neck and open your eyes. So we'll stand up. And we'll make circles with the hips, going round. Nice big circles with the hips. And reverse. And then we'll just give the whole body a nice shake out, releasing all the tension and stress, everything that's stored up in the body throughout the day.
Lift it, straighten the leg, lifting yourself into a downward. Bring one foot forward between the hands, lower the other knee down to the mat. Take a breath in, lift the arms up, bring the hands back to the mat, each side of the front foot, straightening that bent leg at the back, bringing the foot in between the hands, lifting up the arms out to the side, and then up the head. Now, then lower the feet, lower the arms, give yourself a bit of a shake, turn around, bring the other front, bend that front knee, lifting the arms up the head, nice breath, and breathing in, to your top, down, lower that front knee, and bring that front arm, just down, down to the strength, and down, and forward, lift that front arm, ceiling, lift that arm up, lower in the back, straighten the leg, lift it arm to the head, lift it and forget both arms straight, and we draw the line. Bend the front elbow, bring the elbow down to the knee, lift the arms straight, forward, two, both arms straight, one out to the front, down, and forward, bringing one hand, right side, foot, front foot, and taking the foot to the back and bringing yourself into a downward dog. Bend both the knees, bringing the head back, and then bring the bottom to the heel, bringing yourself down into a child's pose, bringing the head to the mat, arms stretched out in front, or if that's not comfortable, arms down to the side. Just take a few breaths. Bring the arms back to under the shoulder, tucking the toes over, lifting up the hips back into downward dog. Bring one foot forward between the hands, lowering the other knee down to the ground. You've got your balance. Lift the hands up. So I'm going to take the bent leg back, lifting up the hips back into downward. And then bring one foot between the hands, the other foot between the hands. We're in or forward. Bring the hands to the top of the chin. For half. And keep the back nice and straight. And then we'll let it down. Palm down, side. Check.
Roxanne,
Yeah.
my sound's gone. I don't know if it's just me or everybody.
Oh, is it as everybody's?
It happened when you took your jumper off.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. We can't hear you, Roxanne.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not just me then.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is that
It,
any better?
it was when you took your jumper off.
Ah, right. Okay. What about that?
I think that might be all right.
Is that better?
That's
It's
better,
It's
Roxanne.
better, yeah.
All right. But I can't hear you.
It's still not very good. Not as good
Right.
as it was.
It's breaking.
Is that better? I can hear you better over my earbuds now.
It's better. I think so. It's hard to know for
Yeah,
sure.
I must
Yeah.
have knocked them out when I took my jumper off,
I
not the
think
sound.
that's what it happened, yeah.
They've got these long dangly bits in them.
Technology. I'll turn myself off again.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Brilliant. So we'll stand with the legs apart and we'll just rest our hands on the hips. Just on the top of the hips. And we'll just take a few breaths here. So then we'll pull the feet together, lifting up the arms straight up above the head. And we'll lean over to one side into a side bend. And back up. And then over to the other side. And back up. Then feet apart, bend the knees, bend the elbows into a goddess pose. And just stay here for a moment. As you breathe out, maybe lower just a little bit more. See how that feels. Then straighten the arms, straighten the legs, bring the feet together and just give yourself a bit of a shake. I'm going to do the sun salutation because that's a series of 12 postures that are very good for the body, and we ought to do that in every class. So I'm coming to the front of the mat, hands in prayer position to the heart, and just take a couple of breaths. On your next breath in, lift up your arms into a back bend. Breathe out, folding at the waist into a forward bend. Bend the right leg, stretching the left leg out behind, and look up. Take the right leg to join the left, lifting up the hips into a downward dog. Walk the feet back, bring yourself into a nice plank position. Before coming to the ground, knees, chest, chin to the floor, hips raised slightly, hands next to the shoulders, elbows bent. Push your hands into the mat, lifting up the chest into a cobra position. Tucking the toes under, lifting up the hips back into downward dog. Bring the left leg forward between the hands, stretching the right leg out behind, and look up. Bring the right leg to join the left, lifting up the arms into a backward bend. And then bring the hands to the heart. And take a couple of breaths. So we'll do that again. Breathing in, lifting up the arms into a backward bend. Breathing out, folding forward at the waist into a forward bend. This time bend the left leg, stretching the right leg out behind and look up. Bring the left leg to join the right, lifting up the hips into a downward dog. Walk the feet backwards and bring yourself into a nice plank position. Before lowering to the ground, knees, chest, chin to the floor, hips raised slightly, hands next to the shoulders, elbows bent. Straighten the arms, lifting the head into a nice cobra. Tucking the toes under, lifting up the hips, back into downward dog. This time bring the right leg forward between the hands, stretching the left leg out behind, and look up. Bring the left leg to join the right, lifting up the arms into a backward bend. And then bring the hands to the heart, to Namaste Mudra. And just take a few breaths. Give the body a shake. Arms into cactus pose, elbows bent at, at shoulder level. And we'll breathe in and turn to the left, and breathe out and turn to the right. Try and keep the tummy pulled in. Arms at shoulder level. And last one on this side, last one on this side. And just give the shoulders a bit of a shrug up and down. Feet still wide apart. And we'll fold forward at the waist, bringing the hands down towards the mat. If it feels comfortable, try to walk the hands between the legs. Maybe moving on to the back of the hands and moving the hands behind through the legs, lowering the head. And then come back to the front. Hold on to the alternate elbows and we'll just rock from side to side. And then lift yourself back up, dropping the head back, and then straighten the head up and come back, feet together, and just give everything a bit of a shake. So we'll take the feet apart, we'll lift both hands up above our head, we'll turn to one side and take both hands down to one foot into a pyramid pose. Then to the center, to the other foot, and then back up above you. Pulling the tummy in, straightening the back, reaching up nice and tall. Take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we'll fold down the other side, taking both the feet to the foot, then to the center, then to the opposite side, and then back up. Just taking a breath in, stretching up nice and tall, looking up towards the hands if that's comfortable. And then lower the hands to the side and just give them a bit of a shake. And then we'll come back down to the mat for the next breathing exercise, Kapalbhati. Breathing out exercise. Don't do this if you could be pregnant. Practice slowly if you have a heart condition, high blood pressure, or you've had an operation in the last 12 months. Other than that, everybody else is fine to do this exercise. But if for any of those reasons you can't do it, carry on with Bhastrika, the last exercise, breathing in and out. I'd like you to put your hands in Surya Mudra, which is the ring finger pressed down with the thumb. This balances body, reduces weight, and increases the heat element in the body to aid in proper digestion. When we come down to the last minute of this exercise, I'm going to put my hands up above my head, bringing my palms together and stretch them up nice and tall for the last minute. This helps exercise the stomach, elongates the body. But if that's not comfortable for you, don't do that. Do exactly what suits your body. That's just something that I like to do with Kapalbhati. So with this exercise, the emphasis is on breathing out deeply through your nose while your stomach contracts. Inhaling will be automatic. So I'll set the timer for 5 minutes. Fingers in Surya Mudra, the ring finger pressed down with the thumb. And we shall begin. Breathing out. This exercise helps the face become bright, lustrous and attractive. The internal organs get exercised. And it works with the digestive system, helping to regulate weight. It also helps to strengthen the immune system. 1 minute left. If you'd like to lift your hands up above your head, joining your palms together, and do this a little bit faster. This is your choice. Bring your hands together above your head, rubbing them nice and warm. And then spread that energy all over the face and neck. And open your eyes. So we'll turn to the side, legs straight out in front. And we'll bend one knee. We'll bend both arms, hands into fists. Straighten out the arm, which is opposite to the straight leg. And keep the other one at the side, elbow bent. Breathe in and bring the bent arm forward. And go alternate. So you're bending the straight leg, straightening the bent leg, straightening the bent arm, bending the straight one. So you breathe in and do that. Breathe in, breathe out, opposite way. Keeping the heel on the mat, rubbing it up and down the mat. As you breathe in, go one way, breathe out, go the other. Last one, straighten both the legs out, bring the hands to the knees. Pulling the toes back towards the body, giving you active feet. Lift the hands up above the head. Breathe out and bring the hands towards the toes, lowering the head down towards the knee. It doesn't matter how far you can get. Just do what your body allows. Don't force anything. Nice forward fold. Keeping the feet nice and active, bringing them towards the body. Lift the hands up above the head and bring them down to the right-hand side, turning your head over to look at them. Putting a nice twist in the body. Then back above the head, keeping the feet nice and active, pull towards the body. Legs nice and straight. And then bring the hands down to the other side, resting on the floor, turning your head to look over that shoulder. Back up to the center, up above your head, and then down on the opposite side. Lifting the arms up above the head, turning your head to look up at them. So you're looking up towards the ceiling. Nice straight back, fingers pointed. And then breathe out and lower to the one side. We'll do that again. Breathe in, lifting the arms up above the head, turning the head to look up at them, stretching up the fingers, straightening the back. Remember the active feet, pull back towards the body, and then down to the opposite side as you breathe out. And then bring both the hands back to the knees. Just give the knees just a little bit of a shake. So we'll put the hands behind the bottom, fingers pointing away from you. Bend both knees, putting a little bit of distance between the knees. And we'll take both the knees to one side and turn the head to look the opposite way. And then over to the other side. Back to the center and the other side. Back to the center, the other side. Center and down. Center and down. And one last time. Center and down. And back to the center. Straighten the legs out. Just give them a little bit of a shake. This time, come back onto the forearms with your hands behind you, resting on the forearms. So the elbows are bent, hands are face down on the mat, and you're just resting back on your arms. I'd like you to lift one leg, lift it up where it's comfortable for you. Doesn't matter where you lift it, just keep it nice and straight, maybe pointing the toe. And then lower back to the mat. So we'll do the same the other side, lifting the opposite leg, pointing the toe, keeping the leg nice and straight if that's comfortable for you. And then back to the mat. So this time we'll bend the knees up towards the chest, and then we'll straighten both legs together. Just keep breathing in and out, pointing both the toes. And then bring them down and straight back onto the mat. And just take a couple of breaths. So we'll do that one more time, bending both the knees, bringing them to the chest, and then straighten both the legs, pointing the toes. But this time, if it's comfortable, try and lower them as slowly as you can to the mat, exercising the stomach muscles. Then we'll come back onto our hands, back into a nice seated position for the next breathing exercise, yalom yalom, alternate nostril breathing. And we'll do this for 5 minutes. With your right thumb, close your right nostril and breathe in through your left. Then close the left nostril with the middle 2 fingers of your right hand and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right, close that nostril and breathe out through the left. And repeat. Always start and finish on the left-hand side. And if it's comfortable for you and you would like this a little bit more out of this exercise, you can breathe in to the count of 5, hold to the count of 5, and breathe out to the count of 10. Just do what is in your practice. Don't force anything. So I'll set the timer for 5 minutes and we shall begin. This exercise purifies the breaths and improves the level of oxygen in the blood. The body becomes healthy and strong. It gives you a positive attitude, and it also helps with the blood flow to the heart, helping to prevent heart attacks. If it's comfortable for you, with the other hand, put it into Gyan Mudra, the first finger touching the thumb. Always finish on the left-hand side. And then lift your hands up above your head, bringing your palms together. Rub them nice and warm. And then spread that warm energy all over the face and neck and open your eyes. So rest the hands down onto the knees. And we'll bring the body forwards and then to the side, to the back, to the other side and forwards. Making circles with the waist. Pulling the tummy in. Breathing in and out. And then we'll reverse. Last one. Bring yourself back to a center. Walk your hands down each side of you. Just fold forward. Moving the hands out to the side. bringing the head down towards the mat. Wherever you can get is fine. Don't force anything. Just do what your body allows. This is a stretch for your lower back. And breathe in and bring the hands back to the knees, lifting yourself up. So we'll come back onto all fours. Fingers spread wide on the mat, hands shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart, big toes touching at the back, and we'll do a series of cat-cow. So we'll breathe in and we'll lift the head and lower the belly. And breathe out, lower the head, arch the back. Breathe in, lift the head, lower the belly. Breathe out, lower the head, arch the back. Breathe in, lift the head, lower the belly. Breathe out, lower the head, arch the back. Separate the toes at the back. Lift one leg up behind you, straight out behind. Find your balance and lift the opposite arm straight out in front. You can stay here, or you've got an option to bend the elbow with the straight arm and bring the knee to touch it. So bringing the elbow to the knee underneath the tummy, and then back out. Do that one more time. Bend the elbow, bringing the knee to the elbow. Back out straight, and lower the hand back to the mat and that knee. So we'll do the same the other side. We'll stretch the opposite leg out. Once that feels comfortable and you've got balance, straighten out the opposite arm. You can either stay there, or you've got an option to bend the elbow, bend the knee, and bring them to touch under the belly. And back out straight. And again, touching under the tummy, and then back out straight. And bring the hands back to the mat, and the knee back to the mat. Bring the bottom to the heels. Stretch the hands out in front. And just rest in child's pose. If it doesn't feel comfortable with the arms out in front, bring them down to the sides. And then we'll come back up, turn around to sitting on the mat, and lie down on our backs. Legs straight out, hands by the sides. And we'll just rest here for a second. Just breathing in and out. And then we'll bring our fingers to cover our eyes. Thumbs towards the ears. And we'll do Brahmari. We'll do this 3 times while we lay on the ground. So breathing in, breathing out, making a humming sound. We'll do this 3 times. Stretch the hands up straight above the face, bringing the palms together and rub them nice and warm. And then bring the palms to the face and spread that energy all over the face. Bend the knees and turn yourself over to one side, bringing the hands underneath the head. And just rest in here for a second. And then push the palms on the ground, lifting yourself back up to a nice seated position. And we'll finish with a short prayer and clapping and laughing. So if you'd like to rest your hands on your knees and close your eyes down. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May no one suffer. May everyone prosper. Shanti, 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 Shanti. So we'll finish with clapping and laughing. And press the hands together. And then throw them up in the air and laugh out loud 3 times. Thank you all so much for coming to class this evening. As always,
Thank you.
it's
It was
lovely to
lovely,
see
Roxanne.
you. Brilliant. Thank you.
Enjoyed it. Very nice.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
It's nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good
Oh,
night.
I'm glad you could all do it. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Bye.
Yes, thank you, Roxanne.
Take care. Thanks,
I
Alan.
like the changes. It made it a bit different.
Yeah, I just don't want to do anything too fancy that, do you know what I mean? So that I'm
Yeah.
just doing it
Well,
on
some
my
things I
own.
couldn't quite manage, but I do what I can, and yeah, because we're all a
Yeah.
bit different, aren't we?
Well, that's it. But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
get a bit carried away if I'm not careful.
yeah. I don't think I
Thank
can
you.
go, otherwise you'll all go. So you better
That's all
talk
right.
amongst yourselves.
Oh no, we can. Unless you need to chat. No, Rowan's
I've got
on
the
mute.
power. I've got the power button here.
Yes, you have. Brilliant. Oh, it's really lovely to see you all.
And
Take
you.
care and have a lovely evening.
Okay. Bye bye,
And you.
everyone.
Bye. Bye,
Bye bye,
everybody.
bingo.
Bye, Bingo. Bye, Rowan. Bye, Amy. Bye,
Bye.
Alan. Bye.